Hello everyone, I am Josh and welcome to this Sims 4 house building video. So today I am building a small family home called Aspen Heights, and the structure of this house is actually based off of a house that's in Pleasant View in the base game of The Sims 2. Now for some reason I was just thinking back to the houses that I used to build in The Sims 2, and I specifically remembered this house from the base game because I remember remodeling it all that long time ago when I used to play The Sims 2. So I reopened The Sims 2 and I went and looked for it and I found it, and I just kind of thought I wanted to recreate it in The Sims 4. So obviously this house in The Sims 2 is very small and very cheap, and it's not very nice. In fact, there's no furnishings at all. So I just kind of wanted to capture the structure of it as opposed to like actually completely faithfully recreating it. So the shape of the house is pretty much the same. I did make it a little bit larger than the real thing. I have a extra bit out the back. There's like a little couple rooms I added on, so it's a little bit bigger I think than the original. The original I think is only 2 bedrooms and this one's 3 bedrooms, so I managed to squeeze in an extra bedroom. And as you can see here, it's also not too long of a house build. It's only I think 13 minutes of building, because it is a relatively small house. I don't tend to do just small family homes, and I thought it would be a nice change. And also it's just a quick little house build that's, you know, just kind of different for me anyway. So this house build managed to cost 109,000 simoleons, even though it's only 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and as you can see, it's very small. So it's a little unfortunate. I just build expensive houses. I can't build inexpensive houses. I don't know. It seems every house I build, no matter what size, it's a ridiculous price, but oh well. So your Sims will probably have to save quite a bit for this house, even though it's not very large or fancy, but it's cozy, and that's the look I was going for. I used a bunch of objects kind of close together, and it's small rooms, and it's just really nice. It's like a small family home, and I like the way it turned out. So yeah, you can see here we have a nice hedge wall that's surrounding the house, which hedge fence or whatever, and little gates in it, which I thought was quite quaint. The floor plan is not the same as it is in the house in The Sims 2. I had to redo it because it just made no sense. The Sims 2 floor plan was really weird, so I made some changes. The room there in the back where the fireplace is going to be, you can see it because the chimney's there. That room does not exist in the Sims 2 version. That was the addition I added. So I added basically the dining room and an extra bedroom above it. So that was kind of the added part. Because this made the house a bit more balanced. I felt like it looked a bit weird without that part there. But anyway, you can see here the second floor is kind of cramped. This was using the floor plan of the original, but I completely rearranged everything because it was just a bad floor plan. In the final house here, 2 of the bedrooms have closets, like the proper built-in closets. I like to include as many of those as possible because to me they just look realistic, so I think that ideally every bedroom should have one of those, but I think, yeah, so 3 of them in this house has that, so it's alright. I also put a lot of ivy on the outside because I like ivy. I don't know, it just makes it look more interesting, because otherwise without it this house is a little bland, specifically because it's just very boxy. There's not too much going on, but I thought that the ivy helped liven it up. It also gave it that more cozy look, in my opinion. I don't know. So here you can see I'm starting on the landscaping. I just kind of get a start on it at the beginning here, and then I finish it at the end, as I tend to do. And I couldn't think of a name for this house, so I just kind of always look at the plants I use when I can't think of a name. So this house I called Aspen Heights because there's a couple aspen trees in the front lawn, and just Heights sounded nice, so I thought Aspen Heights, why not? I've done that before, like I think almost a year ago actually. Did a house called Beechwood Bend because there was beech trees out front, and I've done other houses that have been named after trees that are on the lot. I can't remember which ones though, but I do that sometimes. But anyway, so you can see here we have quite a few trees already, and I also have some beds upstairs just to make sure the rooms are decent sized. And right now, oh yeah, here I'm just going to start with the interior. So we're jumping into the interior very quickly in this video, as you can see. not very common with me. Usually there's a lot of building, but this house is pretty quick to throw together. And here you can see I have a very interesting yellow color scheme going on in the entrance. I tried to use some colors I don't tend to use in houses, so the bright yellow is definitely one of those colors. And you can see it's on the walls, it's also on the curtains, and kind of the floor is a little orangey. It may be overkill, but I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know. I was trying to go for a kind of unique, kind of whimsical, maybe, look. I don't know. I think it turned out pretty well, though. And I tried to put some details in by using some shelves on the wall and also a little table there. As you can see, here's the shelves. And I think it turns out pretty well. You know, it's just something there to make it look a bit more interesting, I suppose. And yeah, so that's the entrance, and the living room is a little bit more conservatively colored. It's kind of muted neutral colors, as you can see, with the carpet, the couch, and the walls. And the dining room follows the same colors, but once we get to the kitchen, we get to some blues, so that is kind of a pop there, which you'll see. So here at the living room, it's fairly simple. It's a nice rectangle, and we have a little chair in the corner there. And I also bring some green into this room, so there's the green chair and the green plants there. And I really love this, what I did on the wall here. I put a bunch of mirrors and some paintings, just kind of making a collage on the wall. It's similar to Sky, which is a modern house I just did recently, which has the glass ceilings. I kind of did a collage of paintings in the living room in that house, and I really liked it, so I tried it again here, and it turned out pretty nicely as well. I'm also just putting in a few more plants, and I also have, I will have a side table as well, but I'm just trying to figure that out here. There we go. Lovely. Also, I just stuffed a grandfather clock in somewhere. I think the dining room. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, this nice and cozy. That was the look I was going for. Also, the green rug, that brings a lot of green to that room there. So this is the dining room. It has a nice fireplace. I put the fireplace inside the chimney, which is quite unusual, but that's just because there wasn't enough room for the fireplace to stick out of the chimney, so a little interesting there. And some nice white curtains and a four-seater table, and just a little exposed brick there just to add a little bit of an accent, and some more paintings above there. So this room is fairly simple, nothing too over the top going on here, just a few details on top of the fireplace. And I think that's pretty much it, actually, for this room. Oh, I do put a few little side, I don't even know what those are, side shelving unit things? Who knows? Anyway, moving on now to the kitchen, which is actually really nice. I love the way this turns out. It's kind of like a country vibe to it. So it has a bunch of counters, like this warm honey color, and it just, I don't know, there's something about it that just is really nice and cozy. So we have the blue tiles on the floors, and these nice cabinets, also some older appliances, nothing modern in this house. Now I also really wanted an island, but it really wasn't going to fit, so I used one of these side tables that usually you'd put against a wall or behind a couch in the middle. It actually turned out pretty well. You know, obviously it's just for show, it's absolutely not functional, but it looks cool. So I just put like a bowl of fruit on there, which you'll see, and just some stuff around the room, and it just looks really good. There's also a mirror over the sink, which is very unusual for a kitchen, but why not, I guess. There's a little rug there, and obviously some artwork just kind of arranged here. What was interesting about this house build is I kind of just wasn't thinking about what I was doing. I was just kind of building, and I don't know if that's good or bad, but I just kind of like sat down like I'm gonna build a house, and I just built. I didn't really think about what I was doing. Like, oh yeah, I'll throw this here and that there, and it just kind of came together as I went along. I had like no idea what I wanted to do with the interior before I started, and I think it actually turned out pretty well. It's kind of a fun thing to do sometimes. It's just not to plan it out at all and just see what kind of comes out of it. So you can see here, this is a little study, which was a little extra room I had at the front. So just got a computer in it, an art easel, it's like a little bookshelf and a chair for reading. I guess Sims can build their skills by just reading some books in there. Here I have the upstairs bathroom, which is the only bathroom in the house. It's 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, so it is 1 bathroom, but it's a very large bathroom. So I guess that sorts that out. Also, I found this lovely ship wall art piece thing from Dine Out, and I really like it. It looks great. I didn't know that it existed. I did not discover that in my restaurant building earlier this week, so I threw it in here. Looks pretty good. That's the bathroom, and this is the guest bedroom here. I guess it could be whatever bedroom you want it to be. I also had another balcony out the back. The balcony I'm adding here is not in the Sims 2 house. I just thought, you know, it needed a little pop, so I added that little architectural interest to the back of the house. So I threw a balcony in there. And just, you know, similar kind of thing with the wall art, although it's not really a collage, but they're kind of different sized and shaped frames, which I thought was kind of interesting. And there's a little chair in the corner here, and I was going to put a bookshelf in, but there's just not enough room. It's a pretty small bedroom. It doesn't look that small, though, but it really isn't big. I don't know why. I think that dresser helps because it's really small and it's kind of upright as opposed to wide, but it's just a really nice little room. And it works pretty well. I mean, I'm surprised at how much space there was in this house, considering looking at it from outside it looks very small, but there's actually a good amount of space. I mean, the kitchen's a pretty good size, the living room's a good size, and all the bedrooms are pretty decent, so I was pretty impressed. Also, I discovered that they added new carpet colors at some point. In that room, that green room, I just discovered there's green carpet somehow. And like these are the carpet textures that have always been in the game, I guess in some update or whatever. It must have been with the Dine Out, or like the update right before Dine Out, added a bunch of different carpet colors. And I'm so happy about it. It gets my seal of approval because it's just great. It's amazing. I really like the new colors. Because that was the biggest problem, is there were so few carpets and so few color options for carpets. But now we get plenty more options and I'm quite pleased. Anyway, this is the master bedroom. It has a built-in closet and some stuff, which you probably saw while I was talking about the carpets. And there you can see the gorgeous new green carpet. Actually, I have no idea how new it is. I didn't even know it was a thing that they changed that, but look at that, it looks lovely. This is a kid's room, so it has a built-in closet, a little single bed. I also stuff a small computer desk in here. It's not actually a desk, it's like a 1x1 dining table that I put in here, and I put a computer on it, and it works pretty well. There's also a bookshelf next to there, and some posters and stuff. I actually quite like the way this room turned out. It's small, but it's very detailed, and it's kind of cozy looking. That was the look with this house. It's just kind of like a cozy little family home, and I like the way it turned out. So we're done with the interior, and that was very quick. Time just flies by when you're building a small house, doesn't it? So we're going to start on the exterior now. So just some simple landscaping. I'm just going to put some nice plants around the house that just kind of make it look lush. I really like the way the landscape turned out. It's very simple, but I also used some cobblestone type terrain paint just like in the front and back, kind of like covering the whole lawn, which for some reason looked really good. It seems like a weird thing to do, but it actually looks pretty good, which you'll see. I think I already did it in the front if you saw it near the beginning of the video. Anyway, we're already, oh there you go, you can see it there. Anyway, we're already done, not done, but we're almost done. There's only like a minute left. So I hope that you enjoyed this short house build. There's some screenshots coming up right after this for you to check out. They're there for your viewing pleasure. And of course, as always, there's a download link in the description below, so you can download this house and play with it, even though it's very expensive. You might have to cheat because it's a little ridiculous, but anyway, yeah, so also there's plenty more house builds like this on my channel, and I hope that you enjoy them, and if you do, please consider subscribing. Anyway, with that done, you can see here I'm putting a bit of outdoor furniture, and of course the obligatory outdoor lighting, as always, and we're pretty much done here, so I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye everyone, have a great day.